To another of our top stories, the Director of Public Prosecutions, Nuruddin Haji, has called out the Directorate of Criminal Investigations and other stakeholders within the National Council on the Administration of Justice for overstepping into his mandate. The DPP says the DCI should focus on justice delivery for Kenyans. Haji, who was speaking in Mombasa, also said that lack of goodwill has brought tension and hostility between the stakeholders, therefore interfering with the course of justice. NTV's Kevin Mutai has more.
The simmering tension between the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations dominated the National Council on Administration of Justice conference in Mombasa, where DPP Nuruddin Haji held no punches. In what looked like a direct jab to the DCI, Haji claimed that his mandate had been overstepped, affecting delivery of justice in the country.
This natural tension has in recent times expressed itself in unhealthy hostility, undercutting, and at times partners overstepping the boundaries of their constitutional mandate to attempt to take up the role of others. This ultimately obstructs the cause of justice. Let me say this. The pen is mightier than the sword. Even when the sword apprehends, at the end of it, it is the pen that decides.
The DPP also claims that there is an agenda to push him out of office, a move allegedly orchestrated by individuals within the justice system.
I may fall, but I assure you that the next DPP will come from amongst you, and I assure you that the next DPP, if I do fall at all, will come with more gusto to pick from where I've left. The pen has written, the ink has dried. We will not allow any clawbacks on this constitution.
Haji says that a case involving the murder of Dutch businessman Tob Cohen is an example of the matter being used to oust him, especially when he ordered for international detectives to be enjoined in the probe. Reports also indicate that the office of the ODPP accused the DCI of restraining crucial evidence implicating those behind the alleged cover-up. Then there's also a case where the dalliance between the DCI and DPP was tested. The duo clashed over detention of suspects for more than 24 hours without being arraigned, with Haji objecting it strongly, saying it was against human rights.
Even when we are exposed to pressures and differences of opinion amongst ourselves, we must encourage dialogue, respect collegiality, and the enhancement of goodwill amongst ourselves. Above all, the Constitution, a living document upon which we are all sworn upon, must be the guide. It must be the safeguard against our worst impulses. Some of us have served in the front line for this country. I have served in Somalia, fighting Al-Shabaab, and nothing will cower me.
Over a year ago, there was an attempt by the DPP Nuruddin Haji and DCI George Kinoti to put up a unified front by calling a joint press conference.
Na binadamu lazima kutakuwa na makosa hapa na pale, lakini haimaanishi ya kwamba tumekosana.
When you marry, you are not going to say that you are going to throw your wife because of just an incident once, isn't it?
It had emerged that there were major differences between the two departments. That unified front has seemingly not stood the test of time.
If we find tension, we must be able to cure it within the NCAJ system by looking at the bigger picture of, is this tension promoting the best interests of Kenyans who we represent? So we will resolve all the tensions and be able to move forward.
The Chief Justice Martha Koome and DPP Haji were addressing different stakeholders during the launch of National Council on Administration of Justice NCAJ 5-year Strategic Master Plan. Kevin Mutai, NTV in Mombasa.